Hi friends. Okay, so today is Friday, so I decided to treat myself. My goal by the end of the year is to try all of the seafood boil places in my area. So let's see how that goes. I won't say the name because I don't need y'all to know where I live. But it was it was highly recommended, we'll say that, okay? While I give it a try, I will be talking about some of my favorite albums of all time. I was going to do a top 10 list, but then when I was writing them out, I went past 10, so I was like, okay, cool, top 20, went past 20. So we're just gonna talk until I feel like not talking anymore, okay? Pull it over. I'm so excited to try it, guys. Okay, and funny thing while I'm setting it up, the person who dropped it off, as soon as I walked up to the window to pick it up, he was like, rolled down his window all slow. He said, "Do your number come with this food?" No, boy. But you cute or whatever. So let's get into it. Okay, this is a little bag, even though it's not really little. It is little because it's mostly filled with air. Why they play me like that? That's okay though. Got a nice piece of corn, got a lot of juice. Okay, it's cute or whatever. I'm gonna put it on this bag so it doesn't bleed through. And I'm gonna put it on the table next to me. What else do they have in here, Loki? This better not be a bib. I don't know why you're looking at my food you just ate. You're not in trouble, I'm just telling you. I had to record in my room, so if you hear... I had to record in my room. So if you hear the wind, I'm so sorry. If you hear trucks, I'm so sorry. But the wind has been crazy today. I've gotten a few of those weather notifications and advisories because the wind has just been that crazy. Why didn't y'all tell me I had a little sleepy? They put big, huge bibs in here, guys. If you wear one of these bibs in the store, you're a big loser. But if you wear it at home, you're not that much of a loser. But you're still a loser. I'm just joking. Anyways, they also put gloves. But I'm not using them because I don't usually use that stuff when I eat seafood. It might be because I grew up in Maryland for a lot of time and we're like, not the seafood capital, but you know, seafood is a Maryland thing for sure. So I just don't feel the need. And I don't feel the need to wear a bib. If you're gonna eat the food, if you're gonna be a part of the experience, you need to do it full out. You need to do it how it's actually supposed to go and not like how they try to set you up to do it, because that takes out the fun. But anyways, let me get started. Let me smell it first. Always smell your food. Okay. It smells cute. It smells cute. Alright. Oh. Pause. I had to get paper towels. Alright, friends. I'm back. Sorry if you could see my very pink mirror behind me. But it's cute, so you're gonna see it regardless. Anyways, let's look at the start of my list. So it smells okay so far. Let me try one of these sausages. Salchichas. Hi. If y'all can see how my dog is peeking at me from around the table, he really wants me to drop something. The sausage was good. That was really good. And they put a lot in here. Anyways, the first album off my list is Perfect Angel by Minnie Riperton. Most people that know me know that Minnie Riperton is like probably my top 10 favorite artists. And the Perfect Angel album is the perfect mesh of like R&B and soul and what else, Logan? Obviously the title track is my favorite song off the album. It is hard to choose though, specifically besides the song Perfect Angel, which song is my favorite, because I just love pretty much everything she does. She's such an inspiration, and the way that I carry myself as a performer, as an artist, as a creative. And it was actually really hard to choose between the Perfect Angel album, Adventures in Paradise, and what is that other album called? Darn. It's like one of her first as a solo artist. Completeness. No, that Completeness might just be my favorite song off the album. Y'all know what I'm talking about when you go look at it afterwards. But yes, Perfect Angel by Minnie Riperton is one of the best albums ever. The fusion of R&B and soul and psychedelic, I feel a bit of that. It's just perfect. And her voice is just beautiful. Her writing. Sorry, somebody just came in the house and they're probably gonna be loud. You might hear them. But anyway, yes, that shrimp was bomb. Okay, what's next on my list? Oh, see, yeah, I put Adventures in Paradise as well. Okay, can we talk about Off the Wall by Michael Jackson? He's also in my top 10 of favorite artists. He might be my number one. Minnie girl, I love you. But you know I love Michael. Like, who doesn't? If you don't even talk to me. But anyways, Off the Wall, bro. That album is crazy. Let me choose what my top song off that album is. I think I might have a thing for title tracks, because Off the Wall is obviously, I can't help it. I can't help it. That song is so smooth. It doesn't make any sense. Ooh, don't get me started. Thriller comes in close, but Off the Wall is the one that takes the cake. Hands down. The Renaissance by Q-Tip. If you don't know who Q-Tip is, he is a rapper from the group called A Tribe Called Quest, which is also one of my favorite groups. Not sure if they're technically still together, but The Renaissance. That album is crazy. My favorite off the album is Between Life is Better with Norah Jones and You. It's a track called You, Y-O-U. His wordplay, his flow, his cadence, his tone. I've had a crush on him since I was younger. But anyways, that album is like hit after hit. That came out early 2000s, I think. This sausage is bomb. Also, one thing I have to say about this is it got hot. And that's right under really hot, which is the highest. Maybe I'm just used to spice, but it's hot. Don't get me wrong. but it's not unbearable. It's a nice flavor, so I guess that's a good thing. But back to the Renaissance. 10 out of 10. And I feel like I have a pretty decent knowledge of music in general. Of course, I would get more into an actual conversation, actual educated conversation in person with someone, but right now I'm just going through what I think my tops are. And so I recommend you listen to them if you haven't. And if you have, keep listening. You're doing a great job. Can we talk about my girl Tori? Victoria Monet, baby. And that Jaguar album, her pen is immaculate. She doesn't have this crazy subliminal, this very specific and deep pen game, but it's all of her stuff is like relatable. It's so simple, and so it becomes perfect because it's life. It's so many of us. The production in her music, especially that album, the flow of each song to another is perfect. The order that it was placed in was so genius, because I can listen to that album and keep listening to it before I realize I already went through it twice, you know? That's the best part. Okay, and so another newcomer, more an album of this generation, I guess, in the past decade, is an album called Tempo by artist Phoelix. And the thing is, like Victoria, he's so many things. A writer, producer, writes for other people, plays multiple instruments, can sing, can rap, like just an all around 10 out of 10. The Tempo album is very much like the Jaguar album. I cannot think of the word for saying it flows so beautifully. I feel so terrible because usually I'm like this with words. I use big words all the time, or just words that people don't usually hear, because I don't know why those words help me explain what I'm feeling or what I'm trying to, the point I'm trying to get across the best. That album, maybe copacetic. It's copacetic, or does that mean something else? You guys tell me. I'm gonna look it up after this, I'm sure. Yeah, the Tempo album, every song, I'm through it twice before I realized, because it just flows that smoothly, and it's just beautiful. It's perfectly crafted. NOIR album, by Smino, and that comes close behind Black Swan. I love Black Swan, okay? Black Swan is how I got my introduction to Smino, but NOIR, I feel like he takes his time on all of his albums, but I feel like NOIR was a shift a bit in what he usually does. It's still him, it's still very much him, but NOIR, he elevated, he matured in his craft, and you can hear that, and I appreciate it so much. Like the past two albums, it's just straight like that, like it flows, but every song tells its story, and every song has a different mood, a different feel to it. It gives you a different outcome, but it's overall still a good feeling in the end. Apollo XXI by Steve Lacy. That album came out near my birthday, It was like, I can't remember exactly, just a few days before my birthday. And I took it as a birthday present. He wrote it specifically for me. He dedicated it to me. He didn't put that in the album though, but he told me, he texted me. So we don't even need to get into that, but what's my favorite song off of that album? Lay Me Down. This is embarrassing. It's between Lay Me Down and Amanda's Interlude. Let me let you in on a secret. After I heard Amanda's Interlude, I just knew that that would be my wedding song. I'm walking down the aisle to it, and it would be even better if I was walking to meet him. I love you, Steve. Anyways, what else is on my list? Anti. Can we talk about Anti? Rihanna does not have to put out another album ever after Anti. She did the thing, okay? Whoever she worked with, whoever the credits are in the album, they did the darn thing. She doesn't have to do not another album. And I try to tell this to people. Let her venture out. Let her rest. Let her do what she does. She put out so many. And that was the perfect closure. If she never puts one out again, I will be okay, because that album is just perfect. Every song is perfect for the whole beat. Like, they all fit in their own spots, and they all form to make one big picture. And that picture is so beautiful. That picture is, it's complete. If her discography, is that how you say the word, was a book, that would be the perfect ending chapter. And I appreciate her for that. In Search Of by NERD, Nerd, whatever you call them. In Search Of, one of the best albums ever. That album, along with albums like, what else did I put? Like Justified, I'm sure Pharrell and Timberlake were behind that. We all know why they sound good. Come on now. VA, baby. VA, that's all I have to say, okay? And that's why those albums were what they were, because they had some real talented people behind them. I have a very personal connection to it. That would be a whole nother video to get into, but that album just makes me feel so nostalgic and so grateful for life. It makes me feel just genuine happiness, you know? Genuine happiness. I feel like some people put, there has to be some sort of theory or phenomenon that people use specific notes or keys or specific instruments that trigger your feel-good hormones. I know I'm not crazy. I know that has to be a thing. Emit some sort of waves into my being, into my spirit, into my soul, that make me feel good. And that's all I can say about those albums. Painted by Lucky Daye, baby. It's another one of them. The songs just flow like that. They just feel so good. And he tells such great stories, Lucky Daye. He can tell a story in his writing. And he's also a vampire. Did you know that? Lucky Daye's a vampire. Did y'all know? Because you can look at him and see. But he's a great storyteller. Great storyteller. That's my favorite thing about him and his music. Going Back is In a Special Way by Debarge. Sorry if you hear the cars. I can listen to that album back to back to back because I love old music, for one. Love Debarge. It's like every song on that album, or is it Love Me in a Special Way? I don't know, I'll look. Every song on that album is like a hit. And I love when there are sibling groups or sibling duos, whatever, because since they all speak in similar tones, their harmonies and the uniform. Okay, Mr. Wind. When they use their voices in unison, that also has to be a phenomenon. When their voices are in sync, it sounds so much clearer. The tones are even. The harmonies are even when it's siblings singing together. Yeah, it just all sounds like one. But it's crazy because it's like 6 of them. I think that's why I love their harmonies so much. And it's similar to this group called the Silvers. The way that their voices connect are so beautiful because they all have those similar tones. And so it all comes together like just this beautiful picture. And I just love music. And this shirt is good. But also on my list, y'all better stop sleeping on Fortune by Chris Brown. Fortune is his best freaking album. Every song. Every freaking song. Unpopular opinion. Nothing Was the Same was Drake's last good album. Sorry. 808s and Heartbreaks. Every song. Sorry, you saw my food. But every song. Sold Out by Jhene, Aiko. Hive Mind, even though Hive Mind is real close to Ego Death by the group The Internet, Hive Mind takes the cake. Blonde, obviously, by Frank Ocean. Frank and Back to Black, I can't choose because I love Amy Winehouse too much. She's also one of my biggest inspirations. Rest Her Soul. That's my COVID cough. Even though I don't have COVID anymore, but, you know, I think that's the one thing that's sticking with me. Yes, Amy Winehouse. Everything she did. Everything she did was wonderful. I could actually do a documentary about that girl. Because she's my girl, okay? I think I'm going to end that here because I have I have too many albums. Because in general, I love music. It's probably like my only love. And I have such a special connection to it because my family, they raised me on it. Like, that was our thing. That was the one thing that I can count on. And I know that it sounds very cheesy and very dramatic, but music is a healer. Music is universal, and I'm so grateful for it. And honestly, now that I think about it, music might be a topic that I talk about a lot up here. But just obviously the different subcategories, there's so many that I could get into. And so that might be something that you guys see more of. My music preparations, my music reviews, my music suggestions, you know, just a bunch of cool stuff that I can think of and get together and write down so I can make sure that, you know, I'm making sense and I'm entertaining at the same time. So I'm going to end that here so I can really get into this food. because on camera, you know, I don't like to do too much, but I'ma eat. So if you're a guy that takes me on a date in the future, no, I'ma eat. Okay? And I'm sometimes not cute when I do it. But who gonna stop me? Anyways, happy Friday. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Love you. Bye.